And Arsenal kicked off the brand new Premier League season yesterday in the late kick-off, and it was Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 0 in that one. Let's get the team news then for Fulham. We'll start with the hosts. Rodak in goal, a back four of Tete, Tosin, Ream and Robinson. Reed and Lobo Alves Palhina in the middle of the park, with De Cordova, Reed, Pereira and Cabano in the attacking three, with Mitrovic leading the line. 4-2-3-1 then for Fulham. Liverpool, their familiar 4-3-3. Alisson is back and starts in goal. He, of course, missed the game last week in the Community Shield. Adrian stepped in the 3-1 victory. Alexander-Arnold, who opened the scoring in that game, starts at right back as part of a back four, with Matip and Van Dijk the centre-half pairing and Robertson on the left side. Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago are the midfield three, with Salah, Firmino and Diaz leading the line. Bobby Firmino coming in to the starting 11. Nunez, despite his 2 goals off the bench, makes the bench again today. There's been a huge amount of talk, of course, about Nunez as well. He had a very impressive start in his first competitive game for the Reds. Mitrovic, the star man for Fulham, of course, currently lacing his boots up at the centre circle. You'd thought he'd done that before he'd stepped out onto the pitch, wouldn't you? So the players taking their positions at Craven Cottage as we're about to get underway in the lunchtime kick-off. The second game of the brand new Premier League season. The earliest start to a Premier League season in history, of course, yesterday as well, because of the allowances made for the World Cup in Qatar, the Winter World Cup later this year. Craven Cottage, right on the banks of the River Thames, looking splendid as always. Such a unique venue is the Cottage, as the players take the knee. And Liverpool get us underway. Thiago in the middle, plays it back to Matip, out to the left-hand side. Diaz tries to flick that one in, and it's out for a Fulham throw-in. Taking some time to take this throw-in, Fulham. But it's eventually taken by Tete. And it's already back with Alisson now for Liverpool. Robertson receives the ball on the left, drops it back to the edge of the defensive box to Van Dijk, plays it across the box to Matip. He stretches forward, then drops the ball to Trent, who tries to flick it down. He's put himself in some danger here. The ball's dropped to Mitrovic, comes to the edge of the box. Mitrovic's in the box, has a shot across goal. Alisson had it covered, it's gone wide. But that was pretty poor from Liverpool. They played it across their own box, which we were always taught not to do as a kid. Trent, he's got 2 men bearing down on him. He tries to lift it over them, and he doesn't. He hits one of the Fulham players, and the ball lands kindly to Mitrovic, who surges towards the box, gets in the box, and the ball was always going away from goal, it's fair to say. Liverpool invited a lot of pressure on themselves here. That's a really nice run there from Matip. But it's now gone back to the Fulham goalkeeper, because ultimately he had to try and take on 3 players there, and he lost the ball in the end. Matip again heads it on. Shouts for a free kick from Liverpool, not given by the referee. Lots of ball changing in possession at the moment. Henderson looks to calm things down with the ball out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, with a 1-2 there and with Salah. Now it's back with Van Dijk. Short one to Trent. Short again to Salah, who's come into the defensive half now. Trent just letting that one run to Van Dijk. And Matip. Robertson looks to lift one down the left wing and does, but it's overhit. Diaz won't get to that, and it's gone straight into the arms of the Fulham goalkeeper, Rodak. 0-0 after the first 2 minutes. Shaky start from Liverpool. Mitrovic had a glorious opportunity. Rodak taking his time here, just waiting, running the clock down already. Fulham, 2 minutes into their Premier League campaign, of course, promoted last season from the Championship. Van Dijk tries to head that one away, and he's just about done it. He's made it difficult for Cabano to keep it in play, but he has. And now it's come back to him on the right-hand side with a bit of space to cross the ball in. And he does! It's a good ball in as well. But the ball isn't met in the middle. Fulham are claiming a corner, but the flag's gone up, I think, for offside anyway. But that was a really lovely ball in by Cabano. But the header was missed. I think it was Cordova-Reid in the box. But yeah, he's offside before he plays that ball in. And it was indeed. Cordova-Reid couldn't quite get there in time. But if he got there, it looked a good chance. But the flag was up for Cabano as Liverpool get us back underway. 3 minutes gone now, 0-0. Liverpool again playing it across their own box. Fulham with a high press. That's a risky combination. And now they go route one looking for Salah. Salah takes the ball down for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it's intercepted well by Robinson for Fulham. Now it's down the left-hand side for Cordova-Reid. Twists and turns, trying to get round his men. And he's done quite well in that endeavour. Drops the ball out to the left. Whipped in looking for Mitrovic. Headed away by Liverpool. Now the ball's towards the middle of the park. That's a nasty challenge on Thiago, and it is a free kick for Liverpool. 2 players on him. One of them slides in. I think it was Mitrovic with the slide. He was never going to win the ball there. It was indeed Mitrovic. Tete's holding him off, basically. Sort of holds him in the right position. And then, inexplicably, Mitrovic just goes in almost from behind, really. It's done well to get away with a booking there, I think it's fair to say. 4 minutes gone. Fulham 0, Liverpool 0. As Matip looks to do something with the ball. Plays it back in the end to Alisson. Liverpool know they're in a game at this point. It's been a feisty start from Fulham. And again, Liverpool not given any time to get the ball away. Thiago's trying to weigh up a pass. In the end, he rushes it out to Robertson, who has to come back to receive it. But he does. And Thiago spreads it out wide for Joel Matip, who runs past the halfway line. Lifts a lovely ball into the middle looking for Firmino. But again, it's slightly overhit. It was Diaz, in fact, that made the run. And it's run to Rodak in the Fulham goal, who again takes the opportunity just to hold this one out. Fulham have got 2 players in the box. Liverpool with 3 on the edge to put the pressure on. And the goalkeeper now reluctantly comes back out of his 6-yard box, bouncing the ball, and knows he's going to have to hit this one long. Looks left towards the cottage, the iconic cottage for Mitrovic, but it's headed away by Van Dijk. Bit of head tennis there between the 2 sides. And now a chance for Pereira out wide left for Fulham. Whips a good ball in to the edge of the box. Mitrovic chasing, but it's shielded by Van Dijk to Alisson, who rolls the ball out. Liverpool try and break quickly. There's a couple of harsh challenges in the middle. Nothing given by the referee. Fulham have the ball back in the centre circle. Some nice quick feet from them. Some quick passes. Pereira now drops it to the left-hand side for Tete on the overlap. Back to Pereira, who looks to whip this in first time and does. Matip gets in the way and puts it behind for a corner. Fulham 0, Liverpool 0, 5.5 minutes gone. Fulham get themselves up the pitch ready for this corner. Henderson and Matip just getting everybody in position for Liverpool defending this. Taken by Pereira, whipped into the near post, headed away by Matip, but there's plenty of Fulham bodies there to get it back in, and they do. It might drop nicely here, it hasn't in the end. Van Dijk gets in the way, plays it to Trent, who looks to release Salah early, but it's cleared away by the Fulham defence. There's Tosin, I think, that got that away, otherwise Salah was one-on-one, he had most of the pitch to himself there. Now Van Dijk just calms the game down. Trent, for some reason, on the left-hand side at this point. Looks like he's swapped with Robertson. Whether that's a short thing just because of that corner and they'll switch when they get the chance, or whether that's some sort of tactic from Jurgen Klopp. But Liverpool just passing the ball around the back line at the moment. Robertson on the right-hand side, as I mentioned, with the ball now. Plays it across to Van Dijk. Now Thiago. Thiago has to do something quickly and does. It's a neat 1-2 with Diaz. Now he looks to spread it across to Salah. Again, overhit by Liverpool. And it's out for a goal kick. Liverpool just not having any time at all to pass the ball around. Fulham with their press. A very impressive press. 1 or 2 unsavoury challenges, but they're letting Liverpool know they're there, it's fair to say. Fulham again with 2 players back level with the 6-yard box. As Rodak looks to get the ball away, and he does, and he goes long. Van Dijk wins the header. Fabinho heads on. Fulham still on the attack here on the left-hand side, trying to get the ball in. Trent doubles up with Matip to see that one out. And now Firmino, trying to get the ball away on the left-hand side. Wins a throw-in. He's right back defending Roberto Firmino. Another one hit long looking for Salah. Salah tries to take it down with his foot rather than his head and misses out. Fulham trying to get the ball away. Henderson blocks the clearance, and it's out for a throw into Fulham on the left-hand side, just shy of the halfway line. Thrown down the left-hand side for Mitrovic, who holds off Matip. He's got the ball on the left, turns back to drop it down the line to Tete. Back to Mitrovic, who's now got a little bit of space. And that's a really neat ball into the middle. And a long... It's unfortunate in the end. It's not a bad ball across in the end from Reed. But it's a little bit too close to Alisson, who gathers that with relevant ease. But some good play again from Fulham. There's some quick passes. I think Reed was in an offside position if anything had come of that in the end. But he's doing the right thing. He's looking for Cabano, who'd made the run into the 6-yard box, but Alisson was level to the ball. But what Fulham have done well is close Liverpool down, put the pressure on. Even from the goal kicks, what they've done, I think, by having two players back level with the 6-yard box, is forcing Liverpool to push forward as well. So when they go route one and play it long, they've got those gaps in the attacking third, and they're utilising them well. Some quick passes to get the ball out wide and then get it back in and whipping the ball low. But so far, Matip and Van Dijk have been level to that. There's a throw-in now just in front of the dugout for Fulham. It's a 1-2 with Tete. Now Reed tries to flick it, looking for Cabano. But Robertson's there. They do win a throw-in. About 20 yards from goal. Thrown to Cabano from Tete. Nice 1-2. Back to Cabano. Now Tete again. Try and cross the ball in. It bounces to Reed. Reed back heel to Cabano. Uses the left foot this time, but it's swept away by Van Dijk. And it'll be another Fulham throw-in in front of the home dugout. Tosin just leaves this one for Tete to take. He throws it to Cabano, but there's men around him. Bobby Firmino's won that one. Tries to release Salah again, but Fulham intercept. Mitrovic tries to keep it in play, but can't. It's a throw-in right by the corner flag for Liverpool. 10 minutes gone. Fulham 0, Liverpool 0. A feisty start from Fulham. Liverpool struggling with Fulham's press, struggling to get the ball away. And they've had a couple of hairy moments so far already, but Liverpool themselves haven't threatened. But we know this Liverpool machine well. And you just feel that the first opportunity they get on goal, Fulham's hard work could well be undone early in this Premier League campaign. So a throw-in taken by Fulham, headed away by Van Dijk. Fabinho tries to clear that one away. Doesn't get very far, but it's a Liverpool throw-in. And now Liverpool once again along the edge of their own box. Matip down the line for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to Matip. Now Van Dijk. Back to Matip. Liverpool doing what City did in the Community Shield. Lots of backwards and sideways passing. Just waiting, I think, just trying to tire Fulham out a little bit and slow the pace down and control the tempo. They've got the ball forward now on the left-hand side. Firmino juggles it beautifully around 3 Fulham players. Eventually loses out. It's Tete with a run forward, but he's crowded out in the end by Liverpool. And the ball's dropped to Firmino. Tries to chip it through to Henderson. Again, Fulham closing down well, get a touch on it to take it away from its intended target. And now it's back with the goalkeeper who hits it long up the field looking for Mitrovic. Van Dijk heads it away. It's headed back to him. He heads it away a second time. And now Fulham head it left, and they might have a little bit of room here. Pereira's got the ball on the left-hand side of the box. He's got options. He's just holding off Alexander-Arnold. Loses his space in the end and plays it short to Lobo Alves. And now it's back with the Fulham back line. And out on the right-hand side by Cabano. He's been held off by Robertson. Tries to go round him. It's a good block by Robertson, and it goes harmlessly back to Alisson. Mitrovic charges forward, forcing Alisson to put the ball out for a throw-in. Liverpool struggling to get it out of their own half. They've gone long and it's been intercepted. They've tried to play it short and they've been closed down. Fulham, you would argue, have been the better side in the opening 12.5 minutes here at Craven Cottage. Jurgen Klopp is animated, he's vocal. He knows something has to change because at the minute they're under the cosh, Liverpool. Van Dijk's got the ball in his own box, plays it across, cool as you like, to Matip. Matip, another one of his runs forward, trying to break Fulham up a little bit, but can't. Now Trent has to play it back to Alisson. Alisson just outside his own area, waiting and waiting to play the ball. Eventually plays it to Thiago. No pace on the pass. Now left to Robertson, who's got a little bit of space just shy of the halfway line. But again, it's back to Thiago. And now Matip. Matip looks to play it long to Salah. And he does. Salah with the first touch. It's in fact Trent to Salah with the first touch pass put out by the Fulham left-back for a throw into Liverpool. Now Liverpool in the middle of the park. 1-2 there with Fabinho and Matip. Now Thiago with a little bit of space. Plays it through to Diaz. Takes one, but then he's intercepted by the next Fulham defender. Holding their shape very well, Fulham. All of them camped in their own half now. But they've moved quickly up the pitch when they've needed to. They're holding Liverpool out. When they get the ball, they're all in the other side of the pitch very quickly. Matip. Again, struggling for space. Pereira charging him down, forcing him to play it to Van Dijk. Liverpool with some quick one-touch passing now. Releases Robertson on the left. Plays it infield for Bobby Firmino. Loses the ball, but it lands kindly for Salah. Nice 1-2 there. Robertson with a shot. Good save. Now Diaz still with the ball in the box. Diaz! The flag's gone up. It's in the back of the net. But the flag has gone up. I think he was in an offside position when the ball was deflected off the defender. We can watch it back here. Robertson with the ball on the left-hand side. Plays it into Firmino. Loose touch, but it lands kindly for Salah. Back to Firmino. Diaz is in offside position there when the ball is played to him. Robertson, in fact, apologies. The ball's come to him when he has the initial shot, which is saved. Then it comes out to Diaz with a lovely finish into the top corner. But Robertson was offside in the build-up, and it's chalked off. Fulham with an escape there, and it remains 0-0. And that is, as I said a minute ago, you just felt the first chance Liverpool had they would take, and they did, but Robertson was offside in the build-up, so it doesn't count. But they've shown there what they can do. First chance, first attack, and the ball is in the back of the net. But it's Fulham 0, Liverpool 0. As Salah is fed in on the right-hand side, tries to play it in low. It should have gone high there. It's intercepted by Fulham. But Trent keeps it in play. Plays it back to Van Dijk. Liverpool looking to rebuild from the back. Van Dijk across to Matip. Again, deliberate, take the time. It's back with Van Dijk, and now Robertson. Diaz, Thiago, back to Robertson. Robertson across to Matip. Matip runs past the halfway line and then feeds Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's again intercepted. It's not been great display today from Liverpool from a passing perspective. And the ball is now back with Alisson because Mitrovic was putting pressure on Thiago. Robertson plays it left. Oh, that's a late challenge from Fulham. The referee gives advantage. The player stays down, but the ball is played to the right-hand side for Mo Salah, who eventually gets the ball to Henderson under pressure. Back to Salah. He's got Trent in support, uses him. 1-2. Oh, that's poor. Under no pressure at all. Trent plays a quick 1-2 back to Salah. It's wayward and out for a throw-in. The ref now stops play to give a booking to the Fulham man. It's Tete with that nasty challenge earlier on. Robertson played the ball down the left. Diaz came for the ball, plays it on with a first touch pass, and it's a late challenge from Tete, from behind as well. Another really hard challenge from Fulham. And it hurt Diaz, quite understandably. Tete in the book for that one as we get play underway again. Salah wins the ball, dropping it to Trent. Trent with a good ball in. It's a little bit too high for Firmino. Robertson tries to keep it alive, and Tete clears it out for a throw-in. Dangerous throw-in this on the 18-yard line for Liverpool. 17 minutes played. Fulham 0, Liverpool 0 at Craven Cottage. Robertson will take this throw-in. Clock watchers on. Shaking his head. He's not happy with what he's seen so far, and it hasn't been great. Robertson plays it to Diaz. He's got two men on him. Looks like he's going to try and win a corner here, Diaz, and it's gone out for a throw-in very close to the corner flag. In the South London sunshine today. Robertson to Thiago. Matip. Now it's on the right-hand side with Salah. Plays it to Trent. Good ball in from Trent. Plenty of red men in the box, but it's intercepted and cleared by Tosin for a throw-in. That's another good ball from Liverpool. Mid-height. Trent, with a range of crossing already being shown today. He's played some high, some low. And that one there, sort of mid-range. And he throws it to the byline for Firmino, who drops it to Henderson. First touch ball in, cleared again by Tosin. But Liverpool intercepts the clearance, and now it's back on the halfway line with Van Dijk, who plays it short to Thiago, right on the centre circle. Left to Robertson, who's got plenty of space to think about what he's going to do here. Plays it back to Thiago. Thiago twists and turns to make some space, and eventually plays a very long ball back to Alisson, who's caught out by that, has to backtrack and gets there, which is good because it would have been on target for an own goal. Matip now on the right-hand side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Plays it infield to Fabinho, the lighthouse for Liverpool. Van Dijk, Thiago. The ball now on the left. Thiago runs it infield, then plays it to the left to Van Dijk, who's in Andy Robertson territory in truth. Back to Matip, to Thiago. It's again wayward from Liverpool. Now Henderson, right to Salah, who chips it through for Henderson, who can't quite get there. It was a really clever ball through the Fulham defence. Henderson couldn't quite keep the ball in place. Interesting to note, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been higher up the pitch than Mo Salah on most Liverpool attacks down the right-hand side. But Liverpool, interestingly, look more rusty today than they did this time a week ago when they lifted the Community Shield against Man City. In fact, if anybody saw that game, they're playing very much like Manchester City or did last week. Lots of wayward passing, lots of struggling under pressure, and struggling to get out of their own half as well. And when they have, they've just not quite connected well. But they are growing into the game, Liverpool, as we hit the 20-minute mark. It's still Fulham 0, Liverpool 0. And Fulham have a throw-in now on the right-hand side with Tete, again in front of the home dugout at Craven Cottage. Liverpool, this is where they are very good, though, off the ball in causing problems. They're making sure there's no easy ball from the throw-in, and they do intercept it with Van Dijk. They look now to break away with Henderson. His 1-2 with Salah is closed down well by Fulham, causing problems. Liverpool ultimately have to give the ball away. And Pereira on the left-hand side with a outside of the boot ball in, looking for Mitrovic, the danger man for Fulham, but it's gathered easily by Becker. Now Alisson will hit this one long down the right-hand side, looking for Mo Salah, who loses out. And Fulham clear the ball away. Matip heads it back past the halfway line, headed back by Fulham, intercepted by Thiago. He's got options. He sees Diaz make the run to the left and uses him. Diaz will keep this one in play. Clever touch for Robertson. Robertson now on the edge of the box. Cuts inside. Plays it into the middle. It's over everybody. And it looked like it was going to drop to Mo Salah for a minute on the far side. But for some brilliant defending by Ream. He gets his head on it initially, then boots it away. Liverpool again have to build from the back. But that was a good ball in from Robertson. He juggled the ball past his defender and played it in just over Fabinho in the middle. Salah looks to keep it alive. Henderson now being pulled about. The ref eventually does blow. Although Liverpool played on, taking advantage. It's now out with Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right. Good ball in. Salah with the header. And it's way over the bar. But again, Liverpool using advantage to their advantage. And Trent Alexander-Arnold with another great ball. This time he chips it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. Mo Salah goes for the header. I think Henderson was shouting leave it because he was just behind him, unmarked. And it would have dropped nicely for Henderson there. But Salah doing what Salah does as a forward. And goes for the effort himself. And you should have the confidence there to go for that. And he did, Mo Salah. But the ball harmlessly over the Fulham goal. As Rodak hits the ball long to get us back underway. Some tussling between Robertson and Cabano there. Cabano down on the deck eventually. Fulham will have a free kick. So the referee comes over just to have a word and calm things down. Van Dijk pleading his case, saying he's doing what defenders are paid to do. It's not a bad position, this, for Fulham to get the ball into the box. They've not had any clear-cut chances, Fulham. They had a couple of half chances very early on, capitalising on some poor Liverpool defending and some strange passing. But they've not made any clear-cut chances since that point. But there's a chance here for them to do just that. Mitrovic loitering at the far end of the pack. It's about 35 yards from goal. Pereira on the right-hand side is going to take this one. And he does play it to the far side. It's a great run by Reed. And he gets a header on it, but he goes out wide to Cabano. And there's a chance there, half chance, that Palhinha has taken. But it's blocked by Matip and gone out for a corner behind. Pereira with the ball in initially. Reed tries to get on it, but heads it out wide to Cabano, who looks to play it in. Diaz gets a deflection on the ball. And it drops for Palhinha to have an effort, and it's blocked out for a corner, which Pereira's going to take for Fulham on the right-hand side, and does. And it's swinging to the edge of the 6-yard box, headed on, but Trent in the end gets it away for Liverpool. Fulham did well there, though. Those two set pieces both caused problems, both into good areas, some good runs being made. Liverpool had to be on the toes to clear them. Ball played forward, looks like it's offside. Flag does eventually go up against Mitrovic, as you expected. He was quite a way offside there. So, Fulham 0, Liverpool 0. 24 minutes gone. 21 minutes plus added left in the first half at Craven Cottage. Liverpool get us back underway with some more defensive 1-2s. Matip now, not even jogging forward, just doing a bit of a quick walk. Power walking, if you like. Van Dijk now with the ball. Back to Matip. Matip plays it into the middle for Fabinho, who is pulled by Pereira. And then Palhinha takes the ball off him, and the referee does blow for the free kick. Yeah, it's a clear pull on the arm there. So Liverpool get this free kick taken. The ball now out on the left-hand side with Robertson, who plays it through to Fabinho. Thiago back to Robertson. Now Van Dijk. Everybody now in the Fulham half as the ball's played long for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but there's a little bit too much of a linger on the ball in the air, and Fulham do intercept. Liverpool win the ball back with a challenge. And the ball through for Diaz again. Takes a little nick off a Fulham man and takes it off course. Liverpool do win the ball back, though. Neither side really had a grasp on possession in the first 25 minutes. But Fulham will be happy with the display they've put out so far in the first half in their Premier League opener. Now Matip runs past the halfway line, then gets intercepted, and Fabinho has to mop up. Otherwise, Liverpool might have struggled there. The ball now switches play to the left with Robertson. Trying to get past Cabano. It's another poor ball, and it's a Fulham free kick in the end because the poor ball towards Diaz was intercepted. Diaz then pulls his man down. Pereira gets right in the face of the referee, but he has already given the free kick. But Matip, yeah, nearly causing problems there, running past the halfway line, then gets intercepted by Palhinha. And Fabinho has to sweep that one up. So Fulham now, long ball down the left-hand side. And it's well kept in, actually, by Robertson, that one. Under some Liverpool pressure. Plays it back to Tosin and Ream. Tosin now runs forward. And it's a poor ball. Liverpool could capitalise here because the Fulham defence was out of shape and they've given it away. Robertson on the left-hand side. Plays it down to Diaz. Fulham have now managed to get themselves back. And Diaz, as he looks to come back down his own line, is blocked and fouled by Cabano. And it is a Liverpool free kick. But both defences have been ambitious, adventurous, stepping forward. And it could have been the undoing of Fulham there because they gave the ball away to Liverpool. There was no defence to speak of because they'd all moved forward and out of shape. The referee now just having a word with Mitrovic, and Reed, I think, is the other man being spoken to by the referee. But yeah, Cabano clearly just stops Diaz's run there after Tosin couldn't quite get the Liverpool man. Cabano now just telling his teammates just to calm things down a little bit, which is ironic given he gave away the free kick. Robertson and Trent both stand over this just to confuse the defence. Is it going to be in swinging or out swinging with the left or the right foot? Van Dijk puts the signal up. Trent runs over the ball. It's going to be out swinging from Robertson, and it is, and it's not a bad delivery. Headed away, only as far as Salah on the edge of the box, who drops it down the right to Fabinho. His cross blocked behind for a Liverpool corner by Reed. Fabinho just watching his teammates' movements as he walks towards the corner flag and plants the ball down. Then he goes back into the box, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, you'll expect, will be making way to take this corner. It is indeed Trent Alexander-Arnold. He puts the signal up, moves towards the ball, whips it into the middle of the box, headed away to the edge to Henderson, who hits a volley blocked. And as far as Salah, who puts the ball back in, but everybody's in an offside position, and the ball's left to run to the Fulham goalkeeper. Hits this one up quickly, looking for Pereira. This is a great break from Fulham if he can get there first. He doesn't. Robertson gets something on here, but can't get the ball. He's just held him off a little bit. Ball into the box by Pereira, headed behind for a Fulham corner. Very dangerous break there through Pereira on the left-hand side. Robertson, all he could do was just slow things down, but that was just enough for his teammates to get into position. He's had a good game today, Rodak, for Fulham. His distribution's been very good. Pereira takes the corner. It's right on the line, and it goes into the side netting. Mitrovic was on the near post. It was really, really deep. So deep, in fact, as I say. It goes into the side netting. And Mitrovic actually did get something on that, whether it had already gone out or not. But either way, it is a Liverpool goal kick, which is taken short by Alisson Becker to Matip, who's inside the box, who then plays it across the 6-yard box to Van Dijk, across the box again to Matip. Now they're outside the box, hurrah. And Trent Alexander-Arnold lofts one down the line looking for Salah, but he loses out. And the ball's cleared away by Fulham. And headed back by Matip to Alisson Becker, who holds the ball in his hands. Rolls it out now to Van Dijk. Fabinho just stood still, waiting to decide what to do with the ball. Plays it to Matip. Slow progress being made by Liverpool here. And they finally play an attacking-minded ball forward towards Salah, and Fulham intercept. Their ball long is intercepted by Matip. His clearance is poor, and he gives the ball back to Robinson, who whips it into the middle. Mitrovic slips at the vital moment. Chance for Reed with the volley, and it's blocked, which is a good job because Becker dived the wrong way. Liverpool trying to get the ball out and can't, and Cabano now has the ball. He's in the box. Cabano whips it across, looking for Mitrovic. It's a little bit too hard, and he doesn't have the time to get into position. He should have gone for goal himself, Cabano, really. Mitrovic now is down in some discomfort. But that is poor from Liverpool to give the ball away in that position. And Cabano surges into the box. Don't think he fancied the angle and whipped it across for Mitrovic. Mitrovic, he slips, I think it's his hamstring that he's hurt. He slipped at the vital moment for the first delivery from Robinson, rather. Takes Van Dijk with him, which is something. Reed there with the volley, which is blocked away by Robertson. All sorts happening there. But Mitrovic, he's back on his feet, but he's tweaked something there. They'll assess him at half-time, which will be in around 14 minutes as we hit the 31-minute mark. Fulham 0, Liverpool 0. In a game it's had its moments, it's been feisty, it's been end-to-end, but there's not been any real class in the game, it's fair to say. Liverpool throw it down the right-hand side, but Reed gets in the way and plays it back to the goalkeeper with a nice slide. And Rodak has time to decide what to do. Just cushions the ball for Tosin, back to him, but Liverpool now put the goalkeeper under some pressure. And he scuffs his clearance, and Liverpool try and capitalise, but again they've given the ball away. Neither side able to keep hold of the ball. Liverpool have got a man down now. The play continues down the right-hand side. Cabano with the overlap to Tete. His ball into the far side, causing some real problems, and it's in the back of the net. And Fulham take the lead through Mitrovic. A ball in from Tete on the right-hand side. He comes in at the far post, and it's a tight angle, but he's near the goal mouth, and he puts it in. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. You have to say, it's not exactly against the run of play either. Fulham have put some good balls in the last few minutes, and they take the lead at Craven Cottage. 32 minutes been played. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0, and it is that man Mitrovic with the goal. It's been a very strange encounter so far, it's fair to say. It's a ball in. I think it's Fabinho tries to put, in fact, Henderson puts the ball in. He hurts himself as he's doing that. Trying to see who the player, I think it's Henderson. But Fulham take advantage with the man down. The ball down the right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold probably should have done better with this. Tete puts a deep ball in. Maybe Becker could have come out. Alisson could have perhaps come and got that as well. It goes over him. Alexander-Arnold, I think, is looking just to put it behind for a corner. But Mitrovic just jumps over him. I think it goes off Alexander-Arnold's back of his shoulder and goes past Alisson. But that is poor from Liverpool. Trent should do better with that. Alisson's positioning you could question as well. And there's no need for Fulham to stop play because the player's gone down under his own steam. I think it's Henderson for Liverpool who he goes to put a ball into the box. Immediately after he puts the ball in, goes down, lies on his back. Seems to have hurt himself as he's putting that ball in. It is Henderson. And he's just having some work done on his left leg. I think it's the ankle. And just watch this again. Yeah. Watching it closer, actually, as he puts the ball in with the right boot, which Reed heads away, he is stamped on a little bit. Palhina just studs him in the ankle. Now, whether VAR will rule that out for a foul on Henderson, or whether they'll say it's a different phase, or whether indeed they'll say it's not a foul. But Henderson gets the ball away and is stood on as he does that on the left boot. And that's why they're just giving him a little bit of treatment on that left ankle. And Fulham then break with the man advantage. It's a lovely overlapping ball down the right-hand side. Cabano to Tete. A deep ball from Tete that goes over Alisson. Alexander-Arnold loses out with the header to Mitrovic, and play resumes. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Mitrovic in the 32nd minute, and they've given the ball away straight away in the middle of the park, and now Fulham go into the box. Alisson has to slide right out to the edge of the box to gather that one. That is poor again from Liverpool. They've given the ball away so easily in this game at times. But not many would have had Fulham to score first in this game. Liverpool with all the work to do. 10 minutes to go till half-time. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Trent Alexander-Arnold has the ball at right back. Drops it to Matip. Matip to Van Dijk. Plenty of time, of course, to change this game. 35 played, 55 to go. Neat 1-2 there with Fabinho and Diaz. And now the ball is on the right-hand side. Salah and Alexander-Arnold working together with this one. Whips it in. Alexander-Arnold looking for Diaz at the left-hand side, but it's a bit lazy, that one. Headed away by Fulham. Now Thiago in the middle of the park looking to rekindle Liverpool attack. Spreads it left to Robertson. Short ball back for Diaz. Weighing up his options. Again, play slows down. Now Fabinho's got a bit of space on the right for Matip, which he uses. Matip comes in field, narrowing the play. Van Dijk now. Left to Thiago. Thiago across to Matip. Liverpool just trying to move Fulham out of the shape, but they've been very rigid so far, the hosts. Now Trent Alexander-Arnold has the ball on the right-hand side. Plays a long ball across to the left-hand side for Robertson in the box. Robertson across goal! And it's a great slide, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But there was a good slide in there. He had two options, Robertson. He's played the ball in quickly. Diaz is the first man in the middle. It goes past him, and it's too quick, I think, for Salah. That's a great ball from Alexander-Arnold to find Robertson in plenty of space. Great ball across from him. But nobody can get on the end of that one. It's a let-off there for Fulham, but it's a great ball across from Robertson. Diaz is the man that slides in. Can't quite connect with the ball. And it's out for a Fulham goal kick. But that's some good play there between the two fullbacks for Liverpool. Fulham hit this one long through the goalkeeper, Rodak, to the right-hand side. Mitrovic there. But Liverpool win the ball. Thiago in the middle of the park. Quick play now with him and Firmino. Fulham, great challenge there to win the ball back. Robertson tries to win it back and gives away a free kick on the touchline against Cabano, who's had a very good game today for Fulham. Nunez is out warming up. That'll give some hope to Liverpool because he's shown what he can do in that first competitive game for the Reds last week. 2 goals in that one. I say 2 goals. One of them was ruled out. He won the penalty, of course, but he got on the score sheet, which is the most important thing to him. So Liverpool have a free kick now defensively. Thiago with a 1-2 back to Virgil van Dijk. Now played across to Matip on the right-hand side. Threads it through for Henderson, who goes past 1. Tries to go past 2 and loses the ball. Pereira in the middle of the park with Fulham. Plays it left to Robinson. Robinson tries to get round Matip and fails. Matip threads it down the right wing. And Henderson now with a lovely ball through to Mo Salah on the right-hand side. Tries to get round his man. Fulham have had time to get back. Mo Salah still has the ball. Drops it to Henderson. Henderson across to Thiago. Central at the edge of the D. Into Diaz on the left. Diaz has a shot off the crossbar. Into the box. What a shot that was from Diaz. Salah's there to get it back in. Now it's come back to Diaz on the far side. Diaz trying to create something again. Drops it to Thiago. Thiago chips into the middle. Henderson's run was obstructed. And it goes back to the goalkeeper. What an effort that was by Luis Diaz. Ball played to him on the left-hand side. He goes round his man. Tight angle. I think it's actually the post he hits on the far side. But it's right in the stanchion. It was swinging away from goal. It hits the post. And that's as close as Liverpool have come in this game. Off the woodwork. 39 minutes gone. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Mitrovic with a header. The difference between the two sides so far. Long ball for Van Dijk to head forward. Reed tries to win it. Liverpool keep the ball. Play it long looking for Mo Salah. But there's no way he's going to get that. He's not 8 foot tall. And it's back to the goalkeeper. And breathe. One of those games where nothing happens, then everything happens in an explosion, a flurry of chances, and then it all dies back down again. But Liverpool have shown they've got the ability to get back into this game as Fulham try and clear the ball down the left-hand side. It's out for a Liverpool throw-in. Pereira's just down holding his head. I think he's headed Matip's chest as he goes to flick this one on. Oh no, there is a slight clash of heads there, although Matip straight away signals to say get up, so doesn't seem to be anything in it for him. Pereira's off the field as Trent takes the throw in, but then immediately gets back to his feet. So Liverpool now with the ball in the middle of the park, and Thiago plays it out to Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right, who has a little bit of space. Chooses to play backwards to Matip. Matip across to Van Dijk in the centre circle. To Thiago in the Fulham half. Now Robertson on the left-hand side. Plays it infield for Diaz. Diaz tries to get round Pellinia and loses out, but they do win the ball back. The referee blows for a Liverpool free kick. Diaz did well there to just get in between the man and the ball, get something on it, and ultimately is fouled. It's Mitrovic, the man causing the foul, committing the foul. Diaz just using his strength there to cut the ball out from his feet and win the free kick. Henderson has the ball in his hand at the moment, but Thiago stood there as well. Henderson gives it to Thiago and walks away from the ball. Sort of midway between halfway and the edge of the box this, but a decent delivery could create a decent chance. Thiago plays it left to Robertson, who peeled away with a bit of space. Back to Thiago, back to Robertson, who's now got plenty of space and does get a good ball in. Lofts it high, looking at the far post. Headed away as far as Fabinho on the edge of the box, and lets it run for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent to Mo Salah, back to Trent. First touch ball into the box, into the middle. Headed away as far as Robertson on the edge, who heads it into Firmino. Heads it on, cleared away by Fulham. Reed with a volley up the pitch. Trent cuts it out and gets it to Henderson, who plays a long ball left looking for Robertson. Again intercepted by Fulham. Firmino on the edge of the box has the ball, trying to carve something out for Liverpool. Drops it to Thiago. Thiago plays it out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He has space, but his first touch is poor. Very poor, in fact. He flicks it up onto his own hand, and the chance is gone. Some very poor errors today from players you would not expect. Don't think he does touch his arm, actually. He moves his arm away from the ball, although he doesn't contest it. I think he's annoyed that his first touch was so poor that there was any doubt at all. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0, 42.5 minutes gone, 2.5 minutes plus added to play as some supporters start making their way out to the concourse. There's an argument there between two Fulham fans, one of them trying to get through because he wants to leave the first half early for whatever reason. The other fans wanting to watch the game, not getting up, and he's beckoning for them to stand up. Drives me mad when people do that. Anyway, back to the game. Liverpool defending a free kick, long free kick taken forward, heading it away. Fabinho in the end with the volley forward. Headed on by Henderson past the halfway line, looking for Diaz, but again, Fulham clear it away. Both sides, it's been the story of the half in truth, just bouncing the ball over the halfway line into each other's half with no real endeavour. Firmino's just trying to get control of the ball and failing. Thiago in the end gets a header forward again, headed on by Fulham. Real head tennis game in the first half. It's now back with Alisson in the Liverpool goal. Plays it left to Van Dijk, who turns his man and plays it down the left-hand side looking for Robertson. Headed away and out for a Liverpool throw-in. A minute and a half left, plus added time in the first half at Craven Cottage. In the London sunshine, it's Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Alisson comes to the edge of his box and drops it to Matip. Matip making his run forward. And as he gets closed down, plays it to Thiago, back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk again, long and cleared away. It's not worked for Liverpool, but they keep trying it anyway. Trent Alexander-Arnold, infield to Thiago in the centre circle. Plays it to Henderson, back to Van Dijk, also in the centre circle. Now to Alexander-Arnold, who threads it through to Thiago. Plays it out wide to Salah, back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Plays a very long switched ball looking for Robertson, but it's intercepted again by Fulham, who look to break through Cabano. And Pereira made a great run, but the ball's intercepted. Now it's with Robertson on the left-hand side for Liverpool, who plays it back to Van Dijk. Fabinho and Thiago in the middle. Matip out wide to Alexander-Arnold. It's a little bit behind where he'd like it to have been, which slows down the attack. Henderson now to Fabinho in the middle of the park, who chips it long to the left-hand side for Robertson, who does have space to do something here. Takes on a man and wins. He's taken down in the process. The referee hasn't given anything there. But he was held out well. Cabano there and Mitrovic teaming up to stop the run of the Scotsman. Into added time now. 2 minutes of it. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. As Rodak hits the ball long to the right-hand side. It's going to go out for a throw-in, in fact. Scuff that one a little bit. Liverpool with the throw-in. Van Dijk receives at the edge of the box. Across to Matip. Matip to Van Dijk. There is exactly 1 minute left of added time. Liverpool Welcome back to the second half of Fulham against Liverpool. Fulham with a 1-0 lead from the first half thanks to a Mitrovic header in the 32nd minute. As Fulham are about to get us underway for the second half, Liverpool with all the work to do in this second half. And they get us underway, ball taken to the right-hand side. Van Dijk gets it away for Liverpool. Tete back up the pitch for Fulham. Again, a little bit more head tennis. Ball back now with the goalkeeper. Long up the field. Van Dijk trying to get this one away. Heads it on to Fabinho. Now again across the halfway line. Fulham with a back and forth. Bit of head tennis again in the middle of the park. Story of the first half. Fulham now with a little bit of quick passing, trying to get the ball away on the right-hand side. But no such joy for the hosts, and Liverpool intercept. And there's a free kick for Fulham in the centre circle. Nunez is out warming up again in the dugouts as Alisson has the ball for a goal kick. Plays it short inside his own box to Van Dijk, across the left-hand side for Robertson. Fulham again with that quick press, nice and deep, causing Liverpool problems straight away. Firmino digs it out for Thiago. Again, though, every pass from Liverpool is difficult to receive because they're having to rush the pass. And now Fulham have won the ball back with some sustained pressure. Liverpool now win it back themselves and again lose it straight away because they're crowded out by Fulham. Henderson in the middle of the park gives it away to Tete. Now back to the Fulham goalkeeper, Rodak, and Fulham will want to have as much of the ball as they can in the second half to keep that 1-0 lead. Slender lead, but certainly unexpected before kickoff, but nothing less than they deserve in that first 45 minutes. A real urgency to the play from Fulham in the start of the second half. Robinson storming down the left wing. Can't quite get there. Alisson gives the ball away to Pereira on the left-hand side. Pereira now trying to get round his men. Back heel to Robinson. Hits it in first touch. Headed away by Van Dijk. Headed back in towards the box by Fulham. And Liverpool eventually getting the ball away, but not easily. And it's gone out for a throw into Fulham on the far side. Luis Diaz couldn't quite make his run. An intense start to the second half from Fulham, who still lead by 1-0. It's a long ball from Tosin down the right wing for Fulham. Cabano trying to make some inroads here, loses the ball, but it's come back to him. He slips as he's putting the ball in. He goes out for a goal kick. It's a shame that for him. Just as he was about to put the ball into the box, he slipped, he loses his foot in, and it goes out closer to the corner flag in truth. And Alisson will take the goal kick. Liverpool need to calm the game down. That first 3.5 minutes of the second half has been all Fulham. And much like the first half, they've just been crowded off the ball every time. So now they've a throw in Liverpool on the halfway line on the left-hand side. Referee's just having a word with Thiago. Jurgen Klopp is calling for one of his substitutes warming up to come straight away. And we're only 4 minutes into the second half. It's Harvey Elliott, I think, who's being called back. Very early change in the second half. Nunez has taken off his bib as well. I think we're going to see a double change for the Reds. Jurgen Klopp is very animated as well. He can clearly, he's not particularly happy. Thiago's just getting some treatment from the physio. It looks to be the left hamstring that's causing him some problems. Let's put on some magic spray. Nunez steps forward. Elliott just behind him, getting some instructions as well. And the fourth official comes over with the board. Looks like Thiago's afternoon has come to an end. And it's going to be Bobby Firmino, the first change, being replaced by Darwin Nunez. And then we assume Thiago will be the second sub. He's going to be replaced by Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott comes on. Indeed, it is for Thiago. So Thiago and Firmino come off for Liverpool. Nunez and Elliott replacing them. First Premier League football for Nunez. Let's see how he gets on. He did okay against Manchester City, didn't he? With a goal on his debut. Created all sorts of problems for Manchester City in his cameo off the bench. So the game is back underway. Fulham have the ball on the right-hand side of the halfway line. And it's chipped forward by Cabano. But it's offside. Flag goes up very quickly from the linesman. Just not timed his run very well at all. Yeah, he's very, very far offside. He's not watched the defender. Van Dijk steps forward. And he's about 3 or 4 yards off in the end. So Liverpool resume play once again. It's Matip on the right-hand side receiving the ball. Trent rather. Thiago's just come off. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Matip now. Van Dijk on the left-hand side. To Robertson. Closed down. Plays it quickly down the left wing. And Diaz runs back towards goal and then plays it long across to Matip. Now it's with Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Tries a first touch ball through to Salah. The defenders get in the way, but they have to put it into their own box to try and keep possession. And it's a corner for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold does very well there. Gets in the way of Ream, who struggled under the pressure there. What you call a suicide ball into the box, looping over. Liverpool put the pressure in. Trent gets in between the defender and the ball and just shields it out for a corner. So Trent now takes the corner into the box, far side. It's chested down in the middle by Van Dijk. Bobbling about all over the place. Nunez gets a touch and eventually gets to the goalkeeper. The flag went up as well. It was a very strange corner, that, if I'm honest. It just bounced between the players and everybody stood still. It was like watching a game of pinball, in truth. And Nunez was offside right at the beginning of the build-up. So the flag goes up as the goalkeeper gathers. Good corner in from Trent. Nobody alert to it. And probably should have been more of a chance there for Liverpool, who just put the ball out for a throw. And again, a poor touch that. Matip this time tries to cushion the long ball forward to Trent. And it goes past the fullback. And it's a Fulham throw-in. 53 minutes gone. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Throw-in taken long down the left-hand side. It's over Matip, who has to really recover to get there ahead of Mitrovic, and does. And right-footed clearance down the wing for Mo Salah, who's bundled over the line. But it will be a throw-in to Fulham. He doesn't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But it is a throw-in to Fulham. And it's Robinson who will take it once again for Mitrovic. Takes the ball down past Matip, but Trent is there to sweep up. Plays it to Matip, who under pressure from Cordova-Reid eventually gets the ball away. Jurgen Klopp smiling, but doesn't have a lot to smile about. As we continue in the second half, it's still Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. There's a foul on Matip there. It's going to be a defensive free kick for Liverpool. Played short to Alisson. Van Dijk has the ball in Liverpool's box. They need to get this ball up the pitch and in the back of the net to get anything from this opening game of the season for the two sides. 1-2 with Robertson on the left-hand side. Van Dijk now moving forward. And Matip. Robertson. Lots of defensive passes from Liverpool. You wouldn't, based on their passing, wouldn't think they're the team that are a goal behind in this game. Matip. Right to Elliott. Elliott infield to Henderson. Henderson turns, looks to play it left and does to Van Dijk. And Van Dijk to the left wing this time with Robertson. There was an early ball in from Robertson. It's a good ball in as well. Nunez couldn't quite leap high enough. Salah keeps it alive. Plays it short to Elliott. Put the teeth back in. 1-2 with Firmino. Elliott slips, and now Fulham have got a chance to break here on the left-hand side. It's 2 against 2. He's slipped in Pereira. Pereira in the box, tries to play it back. Should have gone in for goal himself. And Liverpool defend it. It was Elliott that slipped to give them that chance in the first place. Cordova, Reed and Pereira 2-on-2 with Liverpool. And Pereira overplays it in the end. Should have gone for goal. And that is a let-off for Liverpool and for the youngster Harvey Elliott, fresh off the bench. Now Mo Salah on the right-hand side. He feeds it into Trent Alexander-Arnold, who plays the ball into the box. Elliott misses the volley, air kicks it as he runs into the box. Trent keeps it alive, chips it into Elliott. Good touchdown this time by the youngster. Plays it to the edge of the box for Fabinho, who just jumps over the ball, in truth. And now Fulham once again have a chance to break. Mitrovic is one-on-one with Van Dijk. Van Dijk holds him off, waiting for his teammates to get back, and does a good job of it. It's played left to Pereira. Pereira's got Fabinho to beat at the edge of the box. Has a shot blocked by Fabinho. And Robertson gets the deflection away. Only as far as Palhinha in the middle of the park. He plays it short to Tozin. Tozin, some neat 1-2s there until it eventually finds its way out wide right with Reed. Palhinha once again with a 1-2. Liverpool intercept the ball. Oh, such a waste. They've got bodies going forward and they've given the ball away to Tozin, who now lofts it out to the left-hand side. It's Cordova Reed with the ball. He's got to get round Trent Alexander-Arnold. But he's taking his time. Just drops it off to Pereira. Back to Reed. Poor ball in from him. Van Dijk gets that away easily. But again, Liverpool caught sleeping. Giving the ball away to Reed in the middle of the park. Plays it out wide to Kosova. Oh my God, he's hit the post. What a chance for Cabano that was. It's a great effort from Cabano across the goal, and it bounces off the inside of the post, across the box, and eventually cleared away. Reed lays it off to Cabano. It swings towards the post, bounces straight back out. That is a let-off. Alisson's nowhere near that. That's a great effort from Cabano, who's been a standout player today for Fulham. And now Fulham have a corner. What on earth is happening here to Liverpool? They look absolutely lost today as Pereira lines up the corner. Plays it short to Cabano. Now Reed. Back to Pereira. Down the line to Cabano again. Cabano trying to get round Robertson and does, and whips the ball into the near post, and Matip clears that one away. Now Salah's got to get it away even further still with Robertson now. Fulham get the ball again, edge of the box, shot on goal, on target, plucked out the air by Alisson. But they've given the ball away 5 yards outside their own box once again. Now Trent tries to get the ball up the pitch quickly. Nunez. Oh, it's a lovely ball in field for Salah. Salah plays it out. It's given away again. Loose touch from Salah. Has to rush the pass, and it's intercepted by Fulham. Pereira now in the middle of the park. Lovely back heel to get past his man. Has to go backwards to go forwards, which Fulham have done. And I think it's Cabano on the right-hand side. Off the ball incident. He's gone down. Fulham put the ball out of play. And it is Cabano that's down on the deck, and that's a real shame for him because he's been a standout player for Fulham so far. He's really, really, really impressed this afternoon. And so close there. So close to doubling Fulham's lead and getting on the score sheet himself. Off the post for the host. James Milner is being readied now by Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold takes on some water and some advice from Jurgen Klopp. Fabinho will make way for James Milner. Liverpool's third substitution of the afternoon. Remember, of course, they're allowed to make 5 substitutions again this season. Liverpool take the throw in to get us back underway. 59 minutes gone, 31 left as they give the ball back sportingly to Fulham, who put the ball out of play, of course, so Cabano could get some treatment. He's fine to continue. Well, that says it all. 8 attempts for Fulham, 3 for Liverpool. Yet to have one on target. Although they've capitalised here on a defensive mix-up, and there's a chance here, and again, wasted by Liverpool. Chance for them to have a shot on goal. They've tried to play it across the box and given it away. And they had bodies forward. That's a real wasted opportunity there for Liverpool. And now Fulham look to counter-attack. Ball's gone way too far, and Alisson comes out to beat Cabano to that one. But he put some pressure on the goalkeeper there, Cabano. And it will go out for a throw-in defensively for Fulham. Darwin there. Darwin Nunez. Really should have done better with this. Fulham trying to play out from the back, give the ball away. And it's Diaz that blocks the ball coming out of the box. It lands to Nunez, who tries to play it back across goal instead of going for goal himself. He's looking for Diaz, and Fulham clear the ball away. But he's causing problems yet again. Caused all sorts of problems for Manchester City in the Community Shield last week. And he's at it again today. Now then, another battle of heads in the middle of the park. And ultimately, it's a dangerous but cleared back pass to Alisson for Liverpool. They're now trying to get out of their own half. And they've won a throw-in just shy of the halfway line. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. 60 minutes played, half an hour to go for the Reds to try and get back on level terms and maybe go on to win this. They'd like to. Fulham, on the other hand, half an hour to hold on to this. They nearly doubled the lead there with Cabano hitting the post. Henderson with a long, very good long ball to Salah on the right-hand side. Salah trying to get around Robinson. Finding it difficult, and he's got support now, Robinson. A nice 1-2. See Salah with a bit of space. Ball into the box. Back heel saved. Milner trying to keep it alive. Loses the ball. Nunez very, very nearly got Liverpool back on level terms. What a ball into the box that was. And he back heels it towards goal. But it's saved by the Fulham goalkeeper. And now Liverpool have got the ball back after some good defending. Harvey Elliott on the right-hand side. Plays a simple ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good ball from him into the box, looking for Nunez. Nunez chases, goalkeeper comes out and gets there first. But Nunez again causing all sorts of problems. Mo Salah being held off well by Robinson. Ream comes over to support. Neat 1-2 with Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then a great ball in from Salah. Goes along the edge of the 6-yard box. And Nunez goes for a back-heeled effort. And it's a great effort. He makes perfect contact, perfect timing with it. Going for that near post. But the goalkeeper, Rodak, is wise to it. And it's a great save with his legs. Now, Fulham have the ball in the middle of the park. But the referee's pulled it back for a throw-in. He says the ball did go out of play on that far side as they're trying to keep it in. So it's a Fulham throw-in. Liverpool still a goal behind in this game. Very close there to levelling the score. But Fulham came close as well with Cabano off the post to make it 2-0 a few minutes ago. 22.5 minutes have been played. 27.5 to go, plus added time. Fulham 1, Liverpool 0. Pereira gets to the edge of the box and is held off well there by Liverpool. Henderson trying to get the ball out again. The closing down from Fulham has been absolutely superb today. Henderson eventually does get the ball down the right-hand side. Robinson intercepts, plays it down the wing. Pereira's got the ball in the middle of the park now for Fulham. He tries to release Mitrovic, but he's hit it way. Cabano, in fact, was running onto that, but he's overhit, and Liverpool have the ball once again. Trying to stretch and pull Fulham around. Just rolling it around the back four at the minute until they find a gap, and they have. And Elliott flicks it out wide to Mo Salah. Mo Salah, plenty of space on the right-hand side. Salah into the box, and he's a goal for Liverpool. And it is that man, Nunez, on the end of it once again. This time he makes no mistake. Another great ball in from Mo Salah. And it's another great finish and another goal for Darwin Nunez. Fulham 1, Liverpool 1. Now, could that be the turning point? We've seen it so often. The underdog, plucky underdogs coming in, doing well, taking an early lead, playing really, really well. And then the big boys come in, get the equalizer, and it can be such a big turning point, can't it? This is a great ball from Harvey Elliott. Just chips it over the man to release Mo Salah, who's got plenty of space. It's a great ball in once again from Mo Salah onto the edge of the 6-yard box. And Nunez, with a left foot finish, puts the ball in. It's a back heel again. It's a back heel again. He loves those, doesn't he? He's flicked it with his right foot with a back heel. This time he puts a bit more height on it. It goes over the goalkeeper. I tell you what, this is a finish that gets better every time you see it. What a goal that is from Darwin Nunez. And you've got to admire the confidence. He's just tried that and the goalkeeper was level to it. You would expect any other striker to think, I'm going to go simple. I'm just going to do a simple finish, one-on-one, get it past him. But he doesn't. He goes for a back-heeled volley, and he puts it over the goalkeeper and under the bar. The precision that needed. What a finish. Darwin Nunez. Remember the name, because he is going to be a shining star in the Premier League. What a signing he's been for Liverpool. Just watching that finish again, my word. There's a defender in the mix as well. Tosin's there. He can't go far post. He can't go near post because of the goalkeeper. He uses the back heel to loft it over the goalkeeper, under the crossbar, and into the back of the net. Absolutely sensational. There is a VAR check. There's a couple of very tight offsides. It looks safe, and I think it's over. And Cabano is being replaced by Solomon for Fulham, which is a real shame for Fulham because Cabano has been a phenomenal player today. I think at this early stage he would be my man of the match because he's been absolutely electric on the right-hand side for Fulham. Check is complete. Liverpool have their goal, and it's Fulham 1, Liverpool 1. Nunez on 64 minutes. The opening goal, of course, coming on 32 for Fulham by Mitrovic with the header. 32 minutes later, we have another goal. Is there time for a third decisive goal in this game? You bet there is. Mo Salah comes to the edge of the box, trying to get in. Fulham get it away, and as we expect with Liverpool, now they've got the bit between the teeth. We've seen it so many times with Jurgen Klopp's side. Once they get back into the game and they get that goal, they go from strength to strength, and they are rejuvenated as they press on here. Fulham win the throw-in, but Liverpool all over the park now, chasing everything. 66 minutes gone now after that lengthy VAR check. It is Fulham 1, Liverpool 1. Fulham give the ball away from the throw-in. Some good pressure there from Liverpool. Now Henderson's got the ball on the halfway line. He's looked to steady the cross on the left-hand side, and he has, and it's headed down by Diaz. Diaz has got past his man. Diaz! Is it? Oh, it's off the line! Oh, what a great opportunity that was, Diaz. He's made it himself as well. But it's off the line. That was phenomenal stuff from Liverpool. What a ball from Henderson. It's Nunez again. I do apologise. It's not Diaz. It's Nunez once again who's caused the problems. He's got the ball round the defender, round the goalkeeper, and in the end it's cleared off the line by, I think it was Ream for Fulham. But my word, Nunez, what a player. Harvey Elliott now with a chance to get the ball in on the byline, and does. Nunez in the middle, challenges the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper plucks it out of the air. That's good from Rodak, who again has played very well today for Fulham. What a ball in from Salah, though, for the goal. The ball from Elliott to Salah was exceptional. The ball from Salah to Nunez was exceptional. The finish was simply exquisite from Darwin Nunez. I think the defender even gets a touch on it as well before he gets to make contact. Simply phenomenal. So Liverpool have a throw-in now, just past the halfway line. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Long throw-in to Van Dijk in the centre circle. Now Robertson on the left-hand side. Nunez making the run once again. He goes short. It's a nice 1-2 with Diaz. Diaz to Henderson. Henderson across to Matip. Matip to Elliott. Elliott to Henderson. Henderson to Diaz. Back to Henderson. Now Matip. Liverpool doing what they did for the first goal. And just pulling Fulham around. And they've done that. And now Milner's got time on the right-hand side. Good space for the cross. Heads it in. And it's another great chance for Liverpool. And they've won a corner. Great ball from Milner across the goal to the far side. It's headed down. And eventually cleared by Fulham. But look at this from Milner. He's on the byline. He plays it across. It's Nunez that heads it looking for Diaz. It's a great header from Nunez. Sets it beautifully for Diaz. And Diaz's shot is then blocked as it's going towards goal. The keeper's going the wrong way as well. And it's out for a corner. This has been sensational since Nunez came off the bench for Liverpool. Corner taken on the left-hand side. Again looking for Nunez. He's the danger man now. It's headed out to Henderson, who takes the ball down and drops it. That's a great ball from Alexander-Arnold, looking for Robertson on the left-hand side. It goes to Milner in the end. Milner with another good delivery to the far side. Headed across goal by Salah, tipped over the bar by Rodak, the goalkeeper. I think that was going to sneak in from Mo Salah. The flag has gone up for an offside. Not entirely sure who on. But this is great again. Milner with another fantastic delivery. Yeah, Mo Salah's just slightly... He just mistimes his run. But what a lovely header that was. I think it might have hit the crossbar, in fact. But it's a good save by Rodak. Nonetheless, wouldn't have mattered either way. And it is a goal kick for Fulham. So it's taken down the right-hand side. And it goes out for a Liverpool throw-in. after a bit of a battle in the air. Liverpool doing the same thing again. Patient build-up at the back. Matip runs across the halfway line, looks to thread the ball through and gives it away. That's poor from him. And now Fulham have got a chance to counter-attack. Mitrovic has a bit of space. He's been closed down well by Van Dijk, but he's in the box. Van Dijk gets a touch on it. The referee's pointed to the spot, and it's a penalty to Fulham. Van Dijk is arguing. VAR will, of course, check it. But Van Dijk got back, got a touch, and the ball then went to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was about to get the ball away. Henderson is asking what for. Van Dijk is arguing. The Fulham fans all look expecting this to be overturned, if I'm honest. The way their body language suggests to me when they're talking about it suggests that they don't think this will be a penalty. Watching it back now. That's a penalty. Van Dijk doesn't touch the ball. I don't see a touch on the ball from Van Dijk. I think he takes the player and not the ball. I think Van Dijk is saying that he doesn't touch the player and that Mitrovic just goes down. We'll see another angle of it here. Does he make contact with the player? It's very hard to say whether he actually does touch Mitrovic. He doesn't touch the ball. I would expect this to stand because I think it's very difficult to say whether he touches the player or not, but if he doesn't, he still blocks the player's run by standing in that position. I think there is a slight contact there. There's a judder of the knee from Mitrovic, which would suggest that something... Yes, there it is. There's a clash of knees there. This will be a penalty. I'm absolutely certain VAR will uphold this decision. And just as Liverpool were looking like they were going to go on and win this after getting on level terms, Mitrovic, from the spot, VAR check complete, has the chance to restore Fulham's lead, score their second and his second of the afternoon in their Premier League opener. Steps up, puts it to the right-hand side. Alisson goes the right way, but it's in the bottom corner, and it's Fulham 2, Liverpool 1. Alisson guessed the right way, got down to it, but just couldn't get on it. It was a well-hit effort from Mitrovic from the spot. Fulham 2, Liverpool 1, with 18 minutes to go. That is clumsy from Van Dijk. We don't expect that from him, do we? He's normally impossible to get around. But he doesn't touch the ball, he touches the man, and it is a penalty, and it is converted by that man, Mitrovic, once again. He was the man to watch today for Fulham. He scored both their goals, and they have a 2-1 lead. So Liverpool find themselves a goal behind once again. They've got back on level terms once already. Can they do it twice? Could be a game, of course. They wouldn't have wanted to lose any points. They'll be wanting all 3 today before they lose any ground early on to Manchester City, who you would expect will also be expecting 3 points this weekend. Fulham just run that one out. It's Ream at the back who sees it out for a goal kick. 73 minutes played now. Fulham 2, Liverpool 1. Time running out for Jurgen Klopp's side. It's amazing though, isn't it, football? It's what captivates us so much. 2 minutes ago we thought Liverpool were going to go on and win this. They were creating chance after chance after getting back on level terms. They had 20 minutes to get a winning goal and nobody would have bet against them at that stage. But now Fulham 2-1 up. Can Liverpool find the time to get 2 goals, to get back in front in this game? Now Pereira's set away for Fulham. I think the flag will go up here. He plays it into the middle. And Liverpool clear it away. And eventually the flag does go up for offside. 74 minutes now played. 16 minutes to go until added time. Fulham 2, Liverpool 1. Liverpool do still have subs to make, of course. You're allowed to make 5 substitutions now. We've already seen the introductions of Elliott, Milner, and of course Nunez. Will Jurgen Klopp roll the dice once again? Liverpool again with just some defensive, patient build-up. Now it's on the left-hand side with Robertson, who's played well today for Liverpool, as you would expect. Diaz trying to get around his man, being held off well. Back with Robertson and Henderson. Matip Elliott. It's where the joys come from for Liverpool, from the right-hand side. And now it's all the way back with Alisson, who is not near his box, to be fair. He's very, very high up the pitch. That's a great ball from Henderson, looking for Nunez, who gets a back heel onto it, trying to get past Ream. Ream struggling to get it away. Mo Salah comes in to cause problems as well. He does eventually clear it up the field to Pereira. And Elliott lashes onto the loose ball and puts it out for a throw-in. 75 minutes now played. Fulham 2, Liverpool 1. Some good footwork from Mitrovic to win that penalty. Didn't look like he was trying for the penalty either. He looked like he was just trying to get through on goal, to his credit. And there's no complaints about the decision. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the throw-in. And Henderson chips into the box for Nunez. Nunez a cross goal. Not sure whether that was a cross or a shot in truth. It's gone far wide. But Diaz was running in as well. But again, he's got himself into a dangerous area. I think that was meant to be a shot, and it's gone quite a way wide. He's connected well with the volley, but it is well wide. And it looks like another new signing, Carvalho, ex-Fulham boy, against his former club, is being readied by the Liverpool bench. What a story that would be if he scores the equaliser or indeed the winning goal in this game. Some more head tennis between the two sides in the middle of the park. Fulham trying to get back up the pitch once again. They've had their own chances, Fulham, today. They've hit the post, remember, at 1-0. And could have really got out of sight at that point. What a debut to make for Carvalho, as he's going to come on at any minute now against the side he left just weeks ago. Making his debut against them at the ground he played at last season, of course. But 2-1 down. Can he get the equaliser? Can he help Liverpool find the equaliser at this stage? And it's Diaz who's going to come off. Carvalho is going to come on now for Liverpool for his debut. Liverpool take the throw in, give it away straight away, and then win it back straight away. Been that sort of game today. Look to get it up the pitch for Nunez, but it's intercepted by Ream. Ream with a incredibly long ball forward, and it's out for a goal kick. And Diaz is luckily there as he's making his way off the pitch at the far side to give the ball to Alisson to save Liverpool a little bit of vital time. They need every second they can get as we hit 78 minutes on the clock. Matip. Elliott. Salah bundles it to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who puts the ball into the box. It's flicked on by the defender. Milner was charging in, and he's won Liverpool a throw-in near the corner flag. Tete getting the ball away by Fulham. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to take the throw, and he has the ball in hand, just assessing his options. So Fulham 2, Liverpool 2, Nunez, a nuisance once again involved in the second goal. How much you know about it, I'm not sure, but Mo Salah, it's his 6th season in a row he has scored on opening day for Liverpool. And he's now level on club goals with Michael Owen with 158. Not bad at all. Fulham 2, Liverpool 2 as we enter the last 2 minutes of the 90. You'd fancy a decent chunk of added time will be added on. Fulham, as well as they'll be impressed, don't get me wrong, they'll have taken a point before kick-off and they've played well. They'll be disappointed that they've not got all 3 points today because they've scored twice, they've made more chances, they've hit the post, of course, and they've been defensively very, very good until that second Liverpool goal as Pereira makes way for Kearney to come on for Fulham. Again, impressed today, Pereira. He's been central and left in a lot of the game. He's caused problems in both positions. Him and Cabano, in fairness, absolutely ran the show for Fulham. Now, will we have late drama as we enter the last minute of the 90? Fulham have a throw-in, level with the edge of Liverpool's box. What can they make in this position? What can Liverpool do in response? Does anybody have enough to win this game late on? Liverpool put the ball back out for a second Fulham throw-in. All we've done there is lose 20 seconds of the game. But Fulham probably won't mind that. They'll certainly be the happier of the two sides if the score stays at 2-2. Throw-in's taken and flicked into the box, headed away by Van Dijk. Fulham trying to get it in again, but again it's cleared away by Liverpool. Will we see another late goal from the mentality monsters? They've won a throw-in at least. Can they win the game? And being held off there. Cordova-Reid holding off Robertson. The referee comes and tells him to stop that immediately. Robertson getting some abuse from the fans behind him. All light-hearted stuff, nothing offensive. Not that I can tell. Liverpool lofted it up towards the halfway line. It's headed back by Fulham. Now it's back with the Liverpool defence. Spreading it out wide right once again. Long ball forward, headed away. And Cordova-Reid did indeed get booked for obstructing Robertson's throw-in. Van Dijk with a long ball forward, looking to release Mo Salah on this right-hand side. Can't quite get there. Henderson tries to win it back. He has eventually, and it's not the best ball to Matip, who has to recover, so he doesn't let Mitrovic in, and he's done that well. But Fulham still have the ball. It's going to go out for a Liverpool throw-in, though. Henderson holding off his man well. Now Matip. 5 minutes added on. We've played 1 minute of that. So 4 minutes left for either side to see if they can get the decisive goal in this tie. Fulham 2, Liverpool 2. Fulham taking the lead through Mitrovic in the first half. Liverpool getting back on level terms with a sensational goal by Nunez before Mitrovic from the spot restored Fulham's lead. And then Mo Salah getting Liverpool back on level terms. 2-2. Liverpool with a throw-in, taken quickly by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah gets a touch in the box, but it's a loose touch. It's cleared away. Fulham trying to get the ball away, and it looks like they have. It's a great touch to get past Matip by Mitrovic. Now he's got to get past Henderson, who holds him off well. Matip recovers and gets the ball out for a Fulham throw-in. Mitrovic has gone down with, inverted commas, injury. And as he has his legs stretched, he's got a massive hole in the back of his shorts. Nobody needed to see that. But he's been very good today. Arguably man of the match for Fulham. He's, of course, scored both of their goals. He created a general nuisance throughout the game. And I'm sure will be many people's favourite indeed for man of the match. But let's take nothing away from, well, all of the Fulham players. But in particular, Robinson's impressed on the left-hand side with his overlapping runs and delivery. Cabano has been a constant thorn in Liverpool's side. Pereira's caused problems as well. It's been a really good display by Fulham all over the park. Rodak's done very well in goal. Ream has done well at the back and toes in. Tete's done well with his overlapping runs as well. The midfield, I can't fault a single Fulham player. It's easier to say who hasn't had a good game. The answer, of course, being no one in a white shirt. Again, some more head tennis in the middle of the park. Liverpool eventually get the ball at the end of it. Mo Salah going down the right-hand side. His man's gone to ground. He wins a throw-in. 3 minutes gone of the added. 2 minutes left. Nunez tussling with a defender just to get into the box before the throw-in's even taken. Fulham not wanting to let anything slip here. At the moment, they're picking up a very big point on the opening game of their season against Liverpool. They don't want to come away from this empty-handed. They make a timely substitution with 90 seconds of added time remaining. Cordova-Reid, who's on a booking, of course, coming off the field very, very slowly. Duffy, his replacement. Duffy makes his way and gets into position with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Alexander-Arnold takes the throw-in. 1-2 with Elliott. Elliott's trying to get the ball into the box. Plays it to the edge of the box. Henderson! It's off the bar! Nunez tries to keep it alive. Oh, and it's got away by Fulham. Liverpool have still got the throw-in. 1-2 with Elliott. Elliott's trying to get the ball into the box.